Welcome back to another episode of Woolly TV, come back after injury. We've got the DHD Mick Fanning Twin. It's a performance twin, and we've got this little concoction that Mick and Darren have come up with. As you can see, it's quite a modern twin performance. It's got a really long outline for the volume. The 6.4 comes in at 35 litres, a lot different to like the little 5.10s and 5.9s and things like that I've been riding. So it's going to perform a lot different. With that small half moon tail in there, or horseshoe tail, it's just a funny adaptation of a swallow. That's definitely going to help the hold. And looking at how narrow the tail is and how the bottom contours are more like a modern shortboard, we're going to find this one's going to be surfed like more of a thruster than a twinny, I reckon. I've also comboed it up with the Mick Fanning twin fins. You'll see they're quite a different shape. I've never really ridden a fin that looks like that. So let's just get out there and see how it goes. Yoo. What are you doing there? Hello. Well, I think I was surfing like a gumboot, but I managed to get a couple. There's a lot of fucking people out there and they were getting in my way and I didn't like it, so I came in. Yo.
What about the board?
Oh, board went good. It's got these funny Mick Fanning fins and a funny little tail. I did manage to put it on the rocks coming in because I was having a not very good time coming in. I missed the keyhole. But it felt good when I got on the tail of it. It felt nice and loose and it was a big difference from the board I rode this morning, and we've got to go now, people coming through. I had one surf on it on a little left and then I went out and surfed this point break on it. The first thing I noticed was you can come off the bottom exactly like a thruster. You can load the rail up. The rails are really like a modern performance board. It works like a thruster, but it's just got that nice little drift to it on the outside of your turns. As you're coming through a turn, it'll just release a tiny bit, just free through the tail, unlike a thruster normally is. So I found it to be an absolute cracker. If you want a performance board that's a bit longer, especially surfing good quality waves, I doubt it's going to be a groveler after the sessions I had on it. I found it went really good in shoulder to overhead surf. If you're surfing a lot of point breaks or you've got good quality little reef breaks that you want to ride, this one would be an absolute smoker for you. Feels really lively, really responsive. I didn't really get any fat sections on it. The waves I rode it on were all pretty good quality waves. So that's where I think it's going to work best. It's not going to be a groveler. It is definitely going to be a replacement for a proper shortboard. So if you want to ride a twin fin feel in good quality waves, then this board's going to be a cracker for you. It flies, it's fast, it's loose through the tail, it loads up off your bottom turns. I had an absolute ball on it. Well done, Mick and Darren, for coming up with this one, and combo it up with these fins if you got FCS. I didn't try any other fins, but these fins worked really, really well. So if you're a bigger bloke like me, coming in around that 87 to 90 kilos, these fins and this combo, even though it was a little longer at 6'4", had no problems fitting it into the curves of sort of head-high waves and above. So if you're looking for a performance 20 that's a bit longer, this one's a cracker. One thing I did notice about this board was it went great from one side rail to the other. You'll notice on one of the waves, I came off the bottom, raced down the line, came off the bottom, went into a top turn, and then as I came out of the top turn back into the pocket, the board just loaded back up into my next bottom turn and then into another top turn, then back down the line, and it released really well through the turns. But being able to go from rail to rail seamlessly was really, really good for a twin fin. That just doesn't happen very often with twinnies unless it's a 2+1. This one, because of the tail shape, allows you to surf just like a thruster, off the bottom really hard, off the top with a bit of freedom, and then straight back onto the other rail and into another turn. You'll see from that footage it did that really, really well. Loved it. And thanks to everyone to come down to the paddock today to watch the interview. Really appreciate it. Oh, we've had a few visitors jump the fence.